But I'm going to keep it going because that's the thing. You got to keep it going. There's a snag right there. I don't like that. But anyway, as I was saying, I put it on with the bowl hold liquid gold. So I'm going to take it off quickly because I got to show you how I do my hair. Because you have to prep your hair. All right? So, how I prep my hair. Now, just to reiterate, this video is about making a full lace wig. How I make a full lace wig. Now, normally, when I make my full lace wigs, I start with a piece like this. Piece of netting just like this. And then I cut it down. But tonight, because it's for me, I decided to do something different. And we're going to go over that. But before we start that, I am going to show you how I take this off. Now, this is just jelly. So it's really not on. And I didn't put any on my hairline. So all I got to do is just wiggle it. And bam, there it goes. Okay? So that's it. Now when I look, yeah, this is a not fresh wig anyway. But that's how much that's on it. And mostly it's either bowl hold. Yeah, that's all it is. So that just washes off. Alright? So that's how I take that wig off. And like I said, that's my husband's favorite. So she has to stay around. Now, I prep my hair the way I'm going to wear a wig. And you have to do it that way because if I just create a cap and your hair is not prepped right, the cap won't fit right. Okay? So I'm taking this rubber band. It ain't a rubber band, but I'm taking it off because I need my... Okay. All right. Ooh, that feels so good. Yeah. So I need my ponytail real low. That wasn't low enough up there. So I need it real low. Okay. That's low. So now, what I normally do is... Oh, I forgot one thing. Hold on just a second. Georgia, at Fort Valley State University in Georgia, when students at that school all simultaneously got this message from the college. It said in all caps, quote, "Emergency alert. Do not report to campus. Fort Valley State University has received notice of a bomb threat. Law enforcement is investigating. Campus is currently on lockdown. Residential students remain indoors." I'm not exactly sure what's going on, but the gremlins are dealing with my live, so I'm not sure exactly how it's going to turn out. Fine, because I'm going to stay here till I get it right. But usually I take a bag and put on my head. Okay, and I put it over my eyebrows. Now I'm not going to do the complete step because I don't want to use my tape for a cap I don't need. Okay. Alright. So, what I usually do is I paint in the eyebrows. Yep, paint in the eyebrows. Okay. And then I push out all the air. Okay. Yep, that's what I do. Push out all the air. Okay. And then I will take tape and make this good and flat. Good and flat. And then I will draw the hairline in. Okay. Now I don't usually draw my hairline the way it sits because of my radiation hair loss. So I usually draw it like that, come back out, that sort of thing. But I draw it the way it's supposed to be. Okay. So we tape it down, and once we tape it down, it becomes a helmet, solid piece, and then you pull it off. Okay? Now I'm going to do a full one day, but when it finishes, it ends up something like this. Okay? See this under here? I'm not going to take that off either because that's pre-prepped. Okay, so that's what we do. We make a mold of your head. I forgot. I have a client's mold right here. Okay. Okay. Here's the mold of her head. Okay. And where we taped it. Now. I know that. Okay. So you can pull this off. This one. Let me see if I can get it off. Why my phone keep going off? That don't make sense. But anyway, the gremlins. Let's see if I can get this off. Oh, here we go. Alright. So. Okay. So after you tape it down, it looks like this. Okay. Now, this will fit on my head because it's too big. But I got this like here for the tension, so when I work on it. But I don't want to pull it, well, I put it down to a point. You see that? So it's a helmet like. And you can pull it up, you don't hurt it. You can fold it up. But I just had it on a mannequin. Alright? So that's what we do. We take this and we put it on a mannequin. And that's how we follow the measurements. Now the measurements, I take measurements when I always have my measurements. So when I put the canvas head here, okay, I hope you can see. Hope I don't have it too close, but I'm gonna move it back a little bit. That's alright, let's work this way. As the man said, oh, sometimes you gotta work smarter, not harder. Okay. Here we go. There we go. Okay. So, this is the back of the canvas head, the nape of the neck, and this is the forehead hairline. Now, I decided instead of making a cap, because it's for me, and like I said, I usually make it out of this. I had a cap just like this one, brand new one. So what I did was I removed this band right here. I took that completely out. I took all the combs out. Okay, did that. Took all the combs out. And this is the back of it. The back, like I said, had elastic. The elastic where you pull it together in the back. But when you have a full lace wig, you don't have elastic in the back. Now you can get them from the Asian people, they'll have elastic in the back. But when it comes down to laying it flat in the back, you're gonna have to remove it, cut it off or something, because this is where it's going to look like it's part of your skin. And if you got that ribbon in the back, it won't look like that. For some reason, my phone keeps going off. Why? Okay. We're going to work through this, because the gremlins, the key to it is showing up and doing what you say you're going to do. That's what we're going to do. Okay. So I hope my head ain't distracting everybody, because this is important. This is the back of the wig. Now, this is all net. And what I will do is I will put hair from all around here. They're going to be single knots. Single knots. And after I do this part, and the reason why it's going to be single knots is because this is the part that's going to be laying down on my nape to look like when I lift it up, because I'll be able to wear a ponytail. So I'm going to do this whole area right here, single knots. Then in here, I'm going to do double knots for reinforcement. Now this part right here, I haven't really decided. Now I can ventilate in this, or I can put tracks on here. But I think I'm going to ventilate. Now, I can ventilate on this, but if I decide I don't want to put tracks in, I'm going to probably take this off. And we'll discuss that a little later. Okay? So, you notice there's the ears right here. On both sides, here are the ears. So I measure from across this side to this side, and that'll tell me it's 11 3/4. Okay? Then I go from right here all the way to the back of the nape, and that'll give me 12. All right? Then you have from around here to the temple. Well, I go like this, from around like here to the temple. And you measure there. And then I measure from here to here, because you need to know where the nape line is. All right? Then you have your ears, and then you have your sideburns. Okay? That's how you do it. You measure it. Now, this one, as I said, I'm revamping it. The back is perfect. I've completed the back. I removed everything. It's nice and flat. But here, I gotta bring this down a little bit. Probably as far as it'll go. Okay. So what I'm going to do here is, and I'm going to do it on camera. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to cut starting right here. Cut that right off. Now this is perfect. It's already pinned down. It won't move. I'll put a few more pins in a certain area. It won't move, but it's a lot of work when things don't go right, right? And since we're having gremlins mess with my camera, and gremlins messing with my camera, we can't trust it. So I'm gonna put a couple more pins right here. I mean, right here. Yeah. So you want on the other side. Yep, right there. Just security. Okay. So now I'm gonna take my scissors. I'm gonna take my scissors and I'm gonna cut right up through here. Right through here. And I'm gonna cut that front off. And the reason I'm gonna cut the front off is I have a line right here where my hairline should be, but the hairline is too far down. It should be about here. So I'm gonna cut back here and then bring this where it's supposed to be. That's much easier to do it that way. Stand up. I'm gonna be at. You'll see me working. just won't see my face. That's all right. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring it forward down like this so you can see. Now I'm going to get a pen. And I want to pin it right here. Pin it here. I'm lightly pinning it because I got to make sure everything's in place right. Okay. Something like. This is a little annoying. I'm probably going to end up having to do this over. Okay. Okay, I think that's about it right there. I'll look at it. All right. Now, you see that? All right. Now what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to fold it under. Yep, I'm going to fold it under. Put this one here. Okay, there we go. And then we're going to make sure. Okay. What's going on, girl? There you go. Okay. We're having a little trouble with this, but it'll be all right. Now, what I want to make sure is my line is where I want it to be. So that's what I'm making sure. Alright. Now the hairline is where I want it to be. Yes. Okay. Alright. Looks good. Looks good. Make sure it looks good. There's the line right there. Yeah. There it is. Perfect. 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 Okay. All right. So now what's going to happen is Okay. So, I have this much excess. This excess has to go under and attach it to here. Okay. Now I want to do it from the other side. So what I have to do is I have to take this back off and flip it over. Gotta do it. No way around it. But I didn't want to do it, but I gotta do it. So we're gonna take the pins out the back. We're gonna leave the front in. I know exactly where it goes. So take these out. Okay. Take all these pins out. Now this is gonna be a perfect fit when I finish. You watch what I tell you. It's gonna be a perfect fit. Now we're not gonna finish it tonight on line because I got to sew it, and I sew it using my ventilating needle. We call it venting stitching. All right, so I do it that way, and it's gonna be nice and neat and pretty. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn it over, put it on the inside out, and then I'm gonna place it back where it belongs. Hallelujah! Good thing I got lines. What am I do? I'm gonna put it right here. Bam. Okay. You got it in place. There we go. Oop. Let me see here. Okay. So we're going to put a pin right here in the middle. I'm going to bring it forward because I got to do the back. The back has to be pulled down a little bit. Put a little tension in it.